Pinterest is one of those platforms where traffic can feel like a roller coaster. I mean, one month you can have thousands of views and then next month everything drops. And here's the big question. Should you actually chase trends to catch those waves, or should you ignore trends completely and only create evergreen content? Because in the end, if you are not careful, well, chasing trends can keep you stuck on a hamster wheel where you are constantly creating content that only works for a few weeks. So in this video, I'm gonna break down both of these approaches, and I want to show you the pros and cons and give you the strategy that I'm actually using. And I think that each one of us wants to have steady traffic. We don't want to be surprised. We don't want to lose any traffic. And as an example, I want to show you the stats of one of my oldest Pinterest accounts. As you can see, nearly 600K outbound clicks so far, which is pretty awesome. Just let me show you the outbound clicks. So basically, since January, everything was pretty steady. All of these bumps that you see, these are the Sundays most of the time, because on the weekends, Pinterest sites usually get more traffic. But the overall trend is pretty steady, around 2,000 clicks every day on average. So that's pretty good. And we all want to achieve something like that. And this site mainly focuses on evergreen content. So if I would focus only on trends, I'm pretty sure that these stats would look completely different. Before I carry on with the video, I want to invite you to my private community called Pin Lions. We have more than 100 members already, and everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone is growing on Pinterest. We are sharing our knowledge and we are growing together. And I'm not some guru that knows absolutely everything. I'm just sharing my experience on the channel and inside of the community. So if you want to be a part of it, if you want to learn something new, well, I encourage you to check out the link in the description. All members get access to all of my prompts, templates, workflows, and custom tools that I created for myself and for members of the community. And on top of that, I started recently adding more exclusive training for members of the community. As an example, yesterday I added a mini course about how to create and sell your own ebook on your site that gets traffic from Pinterest. And there will be more resources just like that inside of the community in the coming weeks and in the coming months. So if you want to be a part of it, you know what to do. Now let's go back to the video. Okay, so today is October the 1st, which is exciting because we are entering Q4. Which is just awesome, because if you've been doing it for a while, you know that the Q4 is the golden season because RPMs are higher, people are spending more money, and advertisers are bidding harder. So the traffic is usually worth more, we can make more money, clicks are worth more, and overall the income jumps. But here's the catch. If you go all in just on trends, you are basically chaining yourself to the calendar, because as you can see, there are a lot of opportunities now. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's 3 months of seasonal traffic, which is great for Q4. But as soon as January hits, well, everything will crash. Because in the end, no one is going to search for Christmas table decor ideas or, I don't know, last minute Halloween costumes in January or February, right? So that means that if you spend all that time creating content that only works once a year, well, you get 3 months of traffic and then 9 months of silence. So that's why trends are pretty dangerous, because they tend to expire. Now let's talk about the evergreen content, because this is the content that doesn't really care about the calendar. It's relevant in January, in July, and in November. So you can think of recipes that are not tied to a holiday. So it can be like easy chicken dinner recipes, healthy lunch options. So people search for these all year round. So it doesn't matter what season or holiday is it. And there are some more examples for home organization or tutorials, stuff like that. The power of evergreen content is stability. So you don't wake up in January 1st and all your traffic is gone. You are getting traffic all year round, just like I showed you in the stats on Pinterest from my main account. The main downside of evergreen content is that you miss these seasonal surges. So that massive spike in traffic around Halloween or Christmas, you won't get it if you ignore the trends completely. So in my opinion, the best approach is to actually have some balance. So you don't win this game by being 100% evergreen or 100% focusing on trends. You just win by combining them. So you can think of evergreen content as the backbone of your business. It's your stability. So I'd say that the vast majority of my content on the main site that I showed you earlier is evergreen content. But some of the articles can be about Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. So, it's not like all of these articles are evergreen. So if I were you, I would focus mainly on the evergreen content. And then on top of that, I would build some extra articles that would focus on trends. And I would consistently create this kind of articles all year around. That's a good strategy because you can get traffic every single month. But in Q4, during peak season, well, you also get those big traffic boosts that can take your income to another level. I would focus on both high volume keywords and low volume keywords. And by high volume, I mean like more than 10,000 searches on Pinterest, and by low volume, could be even less than 1,000 up to 500 or something like that. Because the search volume doesn't always matter on Pinterest, because not everyone is searching for pins. Pins can get recommended. They can be shown as related posts. So there are a lot of places where people can actually find your pins. And it's not only about search. So you can, for example, focus on high volume keywords that are usually about trends, and on low volume keywords that are usually about more evergreen content. And that strategy can work too. When it comes to finding these keywords, I use a tool called PinClicks to find these opportunities. It's the best keyword research tool that you can possibly get. I mentioned it quite a lot of times on the channel, so you can watch my other videos about PinClicks if you have time for it. I highly recommend it. So overall, the main takeaway I want you to get from this video is that you shouldn't rely only on trends, which is, maybe it's obvious, but some people focus only on trends and they wonder why their traffic drops. So you can, for example, have 80% of evergreen content and 20% of content that focuses on trends. And that's a good strategy because you will get consistent traffic from this evergreen content, and during seasonal spikes of traffic, you'll just get more traffic by focusing on Pinterest trends. But at the same time, I know that there are quite a lot of people that do not focus on trends at all. And that's a bad strategy too, because you are missing out on quite a lot of traffic that you can potentially get just by creating a few articles with trending keywords. Just something to think about. Just go to Pinterest trends from time to time and use it to find some cool keywords that are currently trending. And I'm telling you, it's going to pay off, because even if it gives you this bump of traffic, even if it goes down, well, the authority of your account may actually go up, and long term, well, it can only pay off for the better. So evergreen content is the way to go, but don't forget to focus on some content that focuses on trends as well. Hope it makes sense. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and if it was, consider subscribing to this channel. See you next time.